What's up, guys? Jason of New Age Revolution down here in the cave for a quick coming attractions video. Later on today, January 7th, you're watching this on January 7th, hopefully. Later on today, we are going to start a new feature on the channel. I am going to determine my favorite LJN figure of all time. Now, we've done top 10 lists in the past, top 10 LJNs. We've done my bottom 10 LJNs, my least favorite. But we've never really determined what is my number one favorite figure, because I've never really determined what is my number one favorite figure. I can't just look at the shelf and go, yeah, I think Steamboat's probably my favorite, maybe Terry Funk. I need to determine what is my all-time favorite LJN figure. And the way I've decided to do it is I'm going to have a tournament. Not a PACW tournament. I'm sorry for the fans of PACW. It's not a play tournament, it's a talk tournament, okay? So we're going to take the figures, and they are currently in order of series on the shelf. So, for example, Jimmy Snuka is standing next to Andre the Giant. So tomorrow, we're going to take the Jimmy Snuka figure, we're going to take the Andre the Giant figure, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to tell stories about them. We're going to look at their play pose. We're going to look at their playability, their likeness. We're going to talk about the history of them, of the figure, in my childhood federation. And through those discussions, we will eliminate one of the figures. So tomorrow, when Snuka takes on Andre number 1, we're going to talk about the history of the figure in my childhood, and the look, and the play pose. And based on that conversation, I am going to eliminate either Snuka or Andre number 1. And they're gone. They're gone from the tournament. And then we're going to just move on, so on, second round, third round, semis, finals. And finally, I will have a better understanding, hopefully a clearer picture, of who my favorite LJN figure is of all time. I'm excited because I don't know the answer. I got a feeling that I'm going to learn who my favorite figure is at the end of this tournament. Starts tomorrow. I can tell you right now, that the first round matchups in order of position on the shelf, Snuka versus long-haired Andre number 1. A match I am not looking forward to. Hulk Hogan against Big John Studd. They are two of my favorite figures. I have to eliminate one tomorrow. Iron Sheik is going to take on short-haired Andre. That's a tough one. That is also a very, very tough one. And George Steele is going to take on Greg Valentine. This is going to be long. It's going to be drawn out. This is probably going to be a few months, or I don't know, maybe a month before we determine who the winner is. And, I want to talk and tell stories. So we're not going to have a ton of first-round matchups because I want to do like a 20-minute video, and I can probably talk for 20 minutes about Snuka versus Andre. So anyway, hope that interests you. It interests me. I get to find out who my favorite LJN figure is, and also relive some stories, talk about some stories, some childhood stuff. And that's all coming up tomorrow. We've got some more discussion to have as well about whatever happened to Christmas. A lot of you guys gave me some responses that warrant its own discussion. A lot of your responses actually have led me to do another show, a part 2, a first time ever, a part 2 of whatever happened to Christmas. And I'm also going to ask you the question, are memories just sadness? Is nostalgia just sadness? Somebody posed that question to me, blew my mind. I got a lot to say about it. But first, we're going to get away from the sad, and we're going to go back to the channel's roots and figure out what my top number 1, my favorite LJN figure of all time is. Stay tuned. That happens tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the quick, I just wanted to give you a quick coming attractions, and I'll see you in a little bit. Good night now.